I started training martial arts when I was about 9 years old. If you consider wrestling a martial art, some people do, some people don't. I consider it a martial art. So, 9 years old, I started wrestling, and I did it all the way until I graduated high school. And it was probably the best decision I've ever made.
Started jiu-jitsu in 2003, and it was a new outlet for me that I wanted to try after I was done wrestling. And one of my best friends, he just started MMA fighting and said, hey, come down to the Gracie Academy. He's looking for a lot of tough top-level wrestlers. So I went down there, and that's when it all started.
Hi, my name is Faye. I started boxing a little over 2 years ago. Originally, I started taking the class just to try something different because I've been a dancer my whole life, and I've also been overweight and wanted to try something new to shake up my routine. In the first year of boxing, I lost 60 pounds, and I've kept it off ever since.
I started training martial arts in the late 2000s. As a family thing, my children trained jiu-jitsu. I trained with them. They've since don't train as much as I do, but I still roll them as much as I can.
So I started training at 4 years old. At that age, the reason I wanted to was twofold. Pops grew up doing martial arts, so he had me join, and I wanted to be either a Ninja Turtle or a Power Ranger at that time.
It's everything. It's like it's an outlet for stress. It's an outlet for working out. It's that mind game for myself. For me, I come in and try and challenge myself in different ways and see what I can do, whatever it might be. But I just see it as a daily challenge and something you can look forward to.
The thing that I love the most about the program and the classes is that I'm not just learning self-defense, and I'm not just learning how to protect myself or just the fact that it's a new skill, but I've actually gained so much confidence, and I learned so much more emotionally, mentally, and spiritually than I do in any other way. It's literally changed my life. I started at the age of 38, and I'm now 40, and I feel like I'm a completely different person today because of boxing.
Training in martial arts means to me a consistent pursuit of self-betterment. I find out a lot about myself and about those around me while I am training.
And ever since then, training martial arts has been the greatest thing that has ever happened to me. It means the world to me. It gives me an opportunity to get better at something every single day and to look forward to getting better at something every single day.
Training martial arts helps me to prioritize what's really important in life. When you get on the mat, you roll, you train hard, you really put in perspective what's really important in life. You realize all the little things that are bothering you really don't mean that much, and it helps you just put all your whole life in perspective. Relieves stress. So a natural antidepressant, in my opinion, helps you release those endorphins, make you happy, and just kind of reset your body, reset your mind.
Right? It reveals yourself to yourself. So if you ever soul searching, or you don't really know who you are, it'll definitely give you a good idea on who you are. It teaches you self-respect, discipline, respect for others, commitment, dedication. You meet the greatest people than just a random person on the street, because everybody's there to get better. Everybody's there to get better. Everybody's there to learn what you're learning, and you don't have to be a competitor to train martial arts. You don't.
Teaching is it's an ability for me to learn about others, learn about myself, and to pass on the knowledge that was given to me by my teachers, so that I can keep the legacy going and can continue to hopefully teach people to defend themselves in situations with this crazy world. So I think that's a big thing.
Teaching martial arts to me is great because I feel like it's a time to give back. I was taught by so many great instructors over the years, and still am. My teacher, I still go to him for help and try to learn. But to me, it's all about giving back. And I'm a big believer in like old school martial arts, like lineage and understanding of where you come from. So I see as my teaching, it's just like passing on one to the next.
Actually was paid to be an instructor in jiu-jitsu, and it helped me give me more respect for instructors, because it's not easy just to come up with your own curriculum. If you're on your own, I was on my own, like a lot of instructors I'm sure on their own. So just to come up with something that you're going to do every class, it's not easy. It helped me actually learn more about the game, because when you have to explain it to somebody, especially somebody, a young kid who has no concept of what you're talking about, you have to really break it down and explain each little bit of the technique, why you do what you do and what it's for and what happens when things go right or things go wrong. And it was also felt good to reach out to some of the kids, give them something positive to do. It was a very crime-infested area, high gang area, so it was good to give those kids something to do after school, and hopefully give them a positive outlet, and if God forbid, defend themselves if they had to. That's my take on teaching.
Teaching martial arts definitely means a lot to me as well, especially with kids. I teach kids and I teach adults, and especially with the kids, it teaches them kind of to get out of their comfort zone, make new friends, self-respect, like I was saying earlier, discipline, and just commitment at a young age, especially at a young age. It's really great for kids and even for adults.
What do you gain from martial arts, or what have I gained from martial arts? Self-confidence, for sure. Respect for others and yourself. A sense of self-worth. Taking pride in your work. Developing a work ethic, especially if you stay from beginning to when you become a black belt. But also, you also find when you're a black belt, you just started learning. That just restarts your journey, because as a white belt, through going up to black belt, you become some proficient in basics, but then as a black belt, you just start learning the finer points, the little idiosyncrasies of what you are, whatever style that you are a practitioner of.
Change somebody completely. I've seen people go from the most awkward, introverted types, nerdy if you will, to the most outgoing athlete, and it can change people in so many ways. But that, I mean, you don't even have to be like the competitive type or athlete. You can even just be like a hobbyist, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, I didn't think something this difficult would be so fun and challenging and exciting for me to want to learn.
What is gained through teaching and training martial arts, man? What isn't? You have a few examples in there, like self-respect, discipline, yes, everything, and everyone's results, everyone's all the positives they gain are different for everybody. I mean, for me, it's given me, like I said, more confidence. It makes me put things in perspective. If something bothers me at work, I come out here, I roll around, I train hard, I get choked, I choke some fools. I don't care about the politics at work anymore. I don't care about so-and-so trying to act tough in teams meetings at work. I don't care about any of that anymore. This is what really means more to me. It makes you put into perspective, hey man, my family's good, I'm good. That's all that matters.
The end goal for martial arts for me is to first and foremost become the best version of myself, the greatest and best version of myself, to have a better connection with my mind and my body and my spirit. And since I am a fighter, a competitor, I obviously want to be a world champion one of these days.
My goal in martial arts, man, just keep training, keep getting better. The game never ends. I'm working far more techniques that I didn't work in years past because I didn't think they were fun. Now I'm pushing myself, trying to learn things like more closed guard, open guard for you jiu-jitsu players out there, and having fun. Keep having fun. It never ends. Even if and when I'm lucky enough to get a black belt, it doesn't end. I'm not going to be the best that I can be at a black belt. I got to keep going. I got to keep training. I got to keep learning, keep pushing myself. My ultimate goal is just keep training as long as I can. My body lets me.
What's the end game? There is no end game. Keep training. Kind of train for life in a sense, because you are trying to learn all that you can to be as best as you can, and then become a teacher, for at least for me, to become a teacher, open my own school so I can pass on my knowledge to future students and my family as well. Future kids, nieces and nephews, all that.
Growing up from a lower middle class household, my grandparents were immigrants, my parents were immigrants, and finances were kind of it was tough growing up. So knowing that I can make money doing something that I love, and possibly a lot of money doing something that I love, that I can't imagine myself living without, it's kind of a no-brainer. I want to make enough money to support not just myself, not just my family now, but my family in the future, my kids' kids, my kids' kids' kids, so on and so forth.